Abusua for Ken Ofori-Atta finally papa enya agine ni so a enya asem ketoa. Yes, papa wagine ni so papa ewo eye US abonten so. Abusua we dey ma mekasa wan pese yakone kweti Ken Ofori-Atta a deport ya enu nti ama yatumi aso nins chese aban ansa aso ne mu ewo eye USA abonten so. I had aso ye be media je abusua mesewa se enen dey connect channel so abusua be se best subscribe like na wabo aso share dwumadi ran for pense na betie no anya bi atie yinti nkoma aba abonte fa Ken Ofori-Atta ho emrasisi a yedase
Ken Ofori-Atta America ban abo amane sa wache no na ache a wache no eyese wabu mmara so emre wose wode tena America na so wose nkokofie anaso obebo ne nkrata na chi asan ayen fofrank waye ba mre na pa ho ene oda so ho enti sesi aye kasai ye de na kwa akoshe jail a ehonom no eye Creek Regional Jail ya ye say na nke ye jail be ye twamu 2017 ye de detention center na ba bia woda ehomfoni ene eho ne manyina ewo honom a echese ampa sesi a wo mo ache no ne lawyer for the krata aba abonten so wo mo chese ye Ken Ofori-Atta waso nanui asemaranko yese ne nkrata wode ti America na twam na nka ode hia preko pe chabi de hia preko pe otimkwa wanu bremu uko obi maso me aka kira osa nkrata atwam na ada so te ho na ya che wabia bank sikakorabia waya baba ya photo sanfo wo memu wonnua preko pe umoja bedi mampani ya ncheye adan na akokodi nsansame wo bi krom na wuntimi ma wukrom bibi butu adwoachi ana yesi okra ene wo ye eno awie ne manyina na okotete kurutia na wo kɔ na adu honum no adu hu a se uba na ebomidin o se a no mo sesei de oye na na ye ka ana na kan mafie abusua se ya na ye ntimi fa ne mma ene de se ne nkrata awu aburuchiri ada na ene Ghanafo nyina ye mfa petition nko na yan kan kire Donald Trump say hey ya de hye no mfa ne to detention center oburu so obi a wasi bank data bank wura wo de ne kwa akoto detention center ya ni sasam fa ya de ma ye na ya de hye wo chebi fa ya de ma ye no mra fie no afie po wo fi papa wotim no odam no mra metena ni kurom no finance minister dada waye man waye sikasam ntinu do obedi die ye bedi di to okra ma ne die didi enti ye nyina ye mfa krata na nka wo twira no waye #Donald Trump detention center honum no ICE for na nka wa #omo na nka waye White House no aka twira mo say mamu renew ne nkrata no mfa ne mra ye hia no wo fie ya de hye prekope ye ntimi mma ye finance minister enkodi nsansama wo bi krom adan ya ye se ne nkrata awu sani se hunti your former just recent finance minister okoye ba kope na aba na mu de na kwose detention center adenti a mo se ne nkrata awu yese ba bia de na kwa akoto no o hwemu kra no a ye adult illegal immigrants ene ade o mo kokoshe ho yen yo Ofori-Atta dan ya wodamu ni brabebreba a wabeboyi ne mpani we enu student bed o ade na ekere ho na bench na yetena so ekura ase no e wodan ase no okwa abrika so efikase na echi ya na maame motete so no enu bi ni o eso no Ofori-Atta da sane se hunti mepa chochro na ade bia wo be chro ma ho nte na ka kire Donald Trump say ye hia finance minister wo fie on renew krata bia ma no eni sasem we de yempe afia former finance minister amere yen na yen ne ntena Ghana ha ne yehia no sa obi antimi mfa ne ma attorney general antimi mfa ne ma special prosecutor antimi mfa ne ma Ghana CID antimi mfa ne ma NI before antimi be we de #keke yemfa ma Donald Trump say ye paya de ne hu hia omo na detention center no omo de ne beto a ye de ne hu hia yen to omo fi ade mre yen etimpacho bibia abechro no na waka kire Donald Trump say ni die kwan so yesre no a yempa ni sasam onfa ye finance minister dada mre yen ye Ken Ofori-Atta ya na de ni dia ka onya ni picture na ade aka ho na se Trump hwehwe mu a wahu nipa kra ye kana asem no na we die adwobre ye wo ho akotoka tinchen no mo de na babis ni akofa ye ade.
There's some news just coming through, some news is just breaking news right now, fresh on the plate. This is Ghana Tonight. just coming through, breaking news right now, and this is with regards to Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta, the former finance minister of the Republic of Ghana. And Mr. Kujo, we're talking about oral, and this news has just hit us right now. And we're going to put a statement from his lawyers on the screen. That is Menka Premo Osebonsu, Bruce, Kathleen, and partners. They say, the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as of yesterday, detained the former Minister for Finance, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. His U.S. legal team is in contact with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement and expects the matter to be resolved expeditiously. Mr. Ofori-Atta has a pending petition for adjustment of status, which authorizes a person to stay in the United States legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, a change of status by this method is common. The public is therefore advised to note that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, as a law-abiding person, is fully cooperating with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement to have his issue resolved. And this is coming from his lawyers in Ghana. So I'm just going to go through it. This is a statement we got officially from his lawyers communicating what has happened regarding his stay in the United States. So the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, as of yesterday, they have detained the former Minister for Finance, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. His U.S. legal team is in contact with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and they expect the matter to be resolved expeditiously. Kenneth Ofori-Atta has a pending petition for adjustment of status, which authorizes a person to stay in the U.S. legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, a change of status by this method is common. The public is therefore advised to note that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, as a law-abiding person, is fully cooperating with the ICE, that's the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to have this issue resolved. So this is the latest coming through, the breaking news right now here on Ghana Tonight. And look, a number of you had referenced a particular publication, but we sought to authenticate it by first hearing from his lawyer. So this is a statement officially communicating what's happened to Ken Ofori-Atta right now from his lawyers here in Ghana. Well, Mr. Kujo, this is it. This is the latest. And we're talking about oral. He is a subject of oral as well, a number of cases as well that have been looked into. And this is what's happened right now. Mr. Kujo.
This is a good thing, but you see, again, this is the problem I have with my good friend Ken Ofori-Atta. He's brought all of this onto himself. He should, once ICE picks you up, right, and detains you, your case now becomes a very, you're fighting your problem, because right now, ICE is treating you as some sort of a criminal, right? Now you probably will stay your visa, you're not going to apply. And in the process of applying, they'll say, you cried, they are facing some issues back home. They'll bangle you and throw you back here. He better prays that his lawyers are up to the game, because Trump don't play. They don't play. Once they say you are cited for criminal issues in Ghana, your problems have multiplied by several fold. And I think I blame his lawyers. They badly advised him. Everybody who spoke it on his behalf was badly advising him. He should have come to Ghana long ago, rather than being detained by ICE. ICE would make you like you tell you to. I don't think it's a good reputation he wants to get for himself out there. I thought it's really awful. It's really bad. And to the credit of the OSP, by the way, if the OSP had not done all these publications and all of that, why was ICE interested in him? Have you asked the question?
Well, the communication from his lawyers say that this was with regards to his period of validity, the period of validity of his visa.
Yeah, but you see,
and well, they didn't make any mention of the extradition request and so on. Yes.
Yeah, but Alfred, it's simple. Let's say the probability of ICE actually picking on Ofori-Atta may be negligible, right? We probably don't 0.001. But you see,
right,
there are many Ghanaians who may have been picked up or not at all. How come he alone has been picked up because he's detained because of was it because he was applying for an extension? Maybe that's what probably necessitated this particular how do you call it, situation. But ICE picking you or detaining you is a really bad situation. I mean, if you look at what ICE has been doing over the last couple of months, this is not a reputation you want to have for yourself. He better pray that his lawyers are up to the game. Otherwise, he's coming home on the next flight.
And in fact, if you look at the second paragraph of his lawyer's statement, they say that he has a pending petition for adjustment of his status, which authorizes a person to stay in the U.S. legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, a change of status by this method, they say, is common. But then that's the point you make, that if this is common, then why is he having to face this? Then it brings up a matter of interest in there, is it not?
Exactly, and it's a subject of interest right now, because questions are asked: why are you actually extending your visa? Go home, you are a big man. What's the problem? Why are you staying in America? Unless you are sick, then they start going to the whole case. Okay, why do you want to extend your stay? What's happening to you? They say, oh, I'm being persecuted. Who is persecuting you? Why not I chase you? They say, come and face charges in Ghana. They've gone to bangle somebody from Venezuela and brought to for crimes, and you are going to seek what I said. He better praise, really. And I said his lawyers have been one of the most disappointing people. Look at what they are doing now. They are dealing with ICE right now. It's so disgraceful. They better pray that they don't bangle him and bring him to Ghana the way he would never have wished. I pray that nothing bad happens to him. But seriously speaking, if ICE detains you, Charlie, I don't know what to say, but look, Ofori-Atta should have come to Ghana quietly and face his charges, and just go on peacefully. Unfortunately, Charlie, ICE is ICE. Once they get you, anyway. I'm not gloating. I'm not happy. I'm only disappointed that Ofori-Atta decided to be a coward, a brave coward, and didn't come home to come and face charges. Why? You should come home and face everybody. The people you work with in Ghana, most of them are facing the charges quietly, nicely, and they are even subordinates. Why are you claiming that people are persecuting you? Who is persecuting you in Ghana? And now you are the subject of ICE. I pray that nothing happens to you. The way he doesn't want, but his lawyers have been the most disappointing, extremely disappointing, especially those who politicize the whole matter, made it look as if the government is after him. The government is not after the Ofori-Atta. The government is after Ofori-Atta to come and answer questions, and I think it is legitimate that he should have done that. Everybody who egged him on, oh, don't come, please, you did a great disservice to him. Now ICE are chilling. Well, let's pray for a good. It's disappointing, really.
And I thank you very much for joining us, Franklin Kojo. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Franklin Kojo is the founding president of policy think tank Imani Africa there. So if you just joined us, this is the breaking news that we've been talking about. The United States, and this is the statement that we got from Ken Ofori-Atta's lawyers here in Ghana. That is Minka Premo Osebon Subrusk, Catling and Partners. And we're going to put that statement on the screen again for those of you who just joined us. It said the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE. That's what you hear Franklin Kojo talk about ICE mobile and all of that. He says that the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as of yesterday, detained the former Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. His U.S. legal team is in contact with ICE and expects the matter to be resolved expeditiously. Mr. Ofori-Atta has a pending petition for adjustment of status, which authorizes a person to stay in the U.S. legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, A change of status by this method is common. The public is therefore advised to note that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, as a law-abiding person, is fully cooperating with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement to have this issue resolved. This is signed by Justice Kosime Nkapremo Esquire, and that's foreign on behalf of Nkapremo, Osebonsu, Bruce, Kathleen, and partners. So this is fresh on the plate, coming through right now here on Ghana Tonight. This is the development with Ken Ofori-Atta in the United States. Well, that's Franklin Kujo draws a nexus between what is happening right now and then also what is happening here in Ghana regarding the extradition request and all the investigations around Ken Ofori-Atta and some of the matters that he's been involved in. But this letter from his lawyers don't state that. But clearly, Franklin believes that this cannot be two disjoint events not having any bearing or correlation. But it's one that, you know what, we're going to stay the steam on. Look, we'll see how the coming days will be on this, to the extent that this letter says it's a common method. But then again, it's not playing out as common as we're seeing right now. We'll see how things play out in the coming days on this matter. But this is one that is coming through right now here on Ghana Tonight. This is the breaking news that we've been sinking our teeth into. Stay with us. And the rates that they are giving the president 1 year on as president of the Republic of Ghana. Musa Danquest Global Info Analytics, they did a poll about the president's job approval 1 year on, and this was the outcome. You know, and 67% out of the over 13,000 respondents within this poll say they approve of the president's job. And we're going to put that on the screen right now. That is consistent with the outcome of the poll as well in October last year, 2025. So between October and December, the same number of respondents, same sample size, but different locations, over 13,000 approve of the president's job. And guess what? In October 2025, 22% said they disapprove. But if you see the data in December 2025, the persons who say they disapprove of the president's job increased by 2 percentage points to 24%. But then those who say they have no opinion actually also reduced from 11% to 9%. So what that essentially means is that those who in October 2025 said they didn't have an opinion of the president's job now express their opinion in disapproval of his job as president of the Republic of Ghana. But then if you see, the 67% approval rate has been consistent, at least from October to December. That is what they put out in this. But we're zeroing in on some aspects of the president's turn-up, or his first year in office in his second term as president of the Republic of Ghana. Because if you recall, right from Monday, we've been touching on fight against corruption 1 year on, the economy 1 year on. We're zooming in on corruption as well tonight. And then what we did with Galamsey yesterday as well. For civil society group Arise Ghana, they say that despite some commitment that has been shown in the fight against Galamsey and also the fight against corruption, they say not much has been done in terms of their expectation with the fight against corruption and Galamsey. They had a press conference earlier today. Take a look.
On the issue of Galamsey, I think we've been very clear in the past that it's an existential threat to all Ghanaians, including those of us seated here and those of you who are broadcasting. We would expect that the president continues with the good work that they are doing, not only with the gold board, because note, if there's no incentive to go and dig, no one will mine. If the gold board stops the smuggling of gold and aggregating of gold is done, our economy will improve and Galamsey will stop. And we believe that the president will not and must not shield anyone. We want to also entreat the Speaker of Parliament, who has indicated that he will not shield any Galamsey MPs, to take his word and mean it and act upon it. Oral is Operation Recover all the loot and not some of the loot. And so we would want all the loot to be recovered. But we've listened to the Ghanaian people. We continue to listen to the Ghanaian people. So you will join us when we go to the American Embassy, for example, to picket for the American Embassy to allow Ken to come back and face justice, just like they want some heads of state in some countries to face justice back in America.
they want a lot more to be done in the fight against corruption. So, but then Musa Dankwa's poll also touched on the state of the fight against corruption within this 1 year period of John Mahama's second term. And this was the outcome. Asked that question of this over 13,000 respondents. In October 2025, 53% of the respondents say there is an improvement in the fight against corruption in this country. That increased to 56% in December 2025. But those who say, well, there hasn't been any change. Look, the fight against corruption is the same, actually reduced from 24% in October last year to 20%. And those who say corruption has worsened within the 1 year period that John Mahama has been president in his second term, increased from 16% in October 2025 to 17% in December 2025. Those who say they have no opinion also saw a 2 percentage point rise within the period that Musa Dankwa polled. But he asked a question about the most trusted arms of government. And well, he added the media. We are not an arm of government, but the fourth estate of the realm as we've been described. Guess what? The respondents say they trust the media more than the executive, the judiciary, and parliament, for that matter. So that tells you a certain direction. But let me just bring you the